Hi everyone, you're welcome to my YouTube channel, Tales Flow by B. Our story this time around is so captivating, so inviting, so interesting too. This is a story of Morayo, the hairdresser, whose gift became her curse. Her beauty, her laughter, her saint, all of this had a secret. Let's dive into this wonderful, interesting story. Morayo had an undeniable talent for hairstyling, and her hands worked like magic, transforming even the most unruly hair into art. But what truly set her apart was the enchanting aroma that wafted from her salon, drawing women from all corners of Afelani and beyond. The scent was unlike anything anyone had ever experienced. Warm, sweet, and soothing. It lingered in the air like a delicate promise of transformation. Women flocked to Morayo's salon not only for her skill, but also for the beauty of this mysterious fragrance. It seemed to have an almost hypnotic pull, convincing women to spend their last coin to sit in her chair. Business boomed, and Morayo's reputation grew as the finest hairdresser in the region. What no one knew was that Morayo had a secret. Each evening, after the last customer had left and the chatter of the day had faded, she would sweep the floor of her salon. The clippings of the hair left behind, braided strands, coily locks, and straight hairs, were carefully collected and stored in a small clay pot. Morayo would then take these clippings to schedule spots behind her house where she lit a small fire and burned the hair, blending it with special herbs and spices she had learned to prepare from an old forbidden book that she had found in her old grandmother's bag. The result was the incense that filled her salon, enchanting everyone who walked through that door. Morayo's practice was not without its risks. In Afelani, there were ancient taboos about the disposals of hair. The elders believed that hair carried a person's essence, and to burn it was a tamper with one's spirit. But Morayo dismissed these beliefs as outdated superstitions. She saw her incense as nothing more than a clever business strategy, a way to set herself apart in a competitive market. For years, her secret remained safe, but as her fame grew, so did the envy and curiosity of others. Rival hairdressers whispered among themselves, trying to uncover the source of her success. Some customers began to question the allure of the salon, wondering aloud why they felt compelled to return so often. The whispers eventually reached the ears of the town elders, who decided to investigate. One fateful night, the elders and a group of town folks followed Morayo to her scheduled spot, hidden in the shadows. They watched as she performed her ritual, tossing hair clippings into the fire and chanting softly as the smoke rose into the air. The sight confirmed their worst fear. Morayo was practicing what they believed to be witchcraft. The next morning, Morayo was summoned to the town square. The elders confronted her. Their voices were heavy with accusations. They have discredited the spirit of this town. One elder declared, "You have used the essence of others for your gain, and in doing so, you have brought dishonor upon our community. Morayo tried to defend herself, explaining that her incense was harmless, that it was merely a blend of hair and herbs meant to create a pleasant atmosphere. But her words fell on deaf ears. The crowd, fueled with fear and outrage, demanded justice. The elders decreed that Morayo would be banished from Afelani, forbidden to return under any circumstances. Furthermore, as a warning to others, no one would be allowed to open a salon in that town again. That once vibrant industry that had brought so much joy and pride to Afelani was snuffed out in an instant. With tears streaming down her face, Morayo packed her belongings and left the only home she had ever known. The town that had celebrated her talent now turned its back on her. As she walked away, the scent of her incense still lingered into the air, a haunting reminder of her rise and fall. In the years that followed, Afelani changed. Without salons, women were forced to style their hair at home or travel to neighboring towns. The sense of community that had once thrived in Morayo's salon faded away. Some began to question whether the punishment had been too harsh, whether fear and superstition had led them to destroy something beautiful. As for Morayo, she started a new life in a distant village where her talents were once again celebrated. But she never forgot Afelani, nor the lessons she had learnt. She abandoned all her incense ritual, choosing instead to rely solely on her skill and creativity. Her story became a cautionary tale, a reminder of the fine line between ambition and ethics, between innovation and tradition. What are the moral lessons here? Ambitions should be guided by ethics. Morayo's incense brought success, but it was built on a secret that violated others' personal essence. Also, secrets have consequences. No matter how well you hide the truth, it often comes to light, and when it does, it can undo everything you have built. And lastly, the community has power. Use it wisely. A community's collective decision can shape the fate of individuals. It's crucial to balance justice with compassion. Thank you so much for watching this story with Tales Flow by B. Please stay tuned for more interesting and captivating stories. Thank you.